Hello all, my name is Joshua. So I will be sharing my message in the music speech video today, and the song choice I have went with is Praying For You by Lecrae. He is a Christian artist and makes a lot of godly music, but I feel like this song touches me the most when it comes to thinking of a song that I can relate to, or just a song to get me through my day when things seem tough. But the song is called Praying For You, and I will share a little portion of that with you guys, and then we'll get right into it. So here we go.
Father, I'm praying for a friend. He and I are pretty close. And out of all my friends, for this one I'm concerned the most. He say he reading daily, but he ain't really learning. He been in church, but say that he ain't moved by any sermon. His faith weak, he ain't prayed in a week. He wake up and just weep with his face in the sink. Lord, you gotta help my man. I'm praying for him daily. He ain't sin, but it just seems as if he going crazy. He say he feeling trapped, he can't even hit up the mall. Cause every lady's half dressed tempting him to lust and fall. He keep the TV off, the videos just make him feel that he ain't really nothing without money, girls, and shiny wheels. The other day he told me that he felt less a man cause he ain't have a 5-year plan or a piece of land. And man, it's crazy cause his family thinks so much of him. Plus he got a godly wife who always showing love for him. But he's struggling, even though he talk to me, I tell him what to do, but he don't listen when he ought to be. I'm scared for him cause there's people that look up to him. He got some younger siblings who've been changed by what he's done for them. But is it done for him? Lord, don't let it be. If he don't want to talk to you, then Father, hear from me. Is it done for him? Lord, don't let it be. If he don't want to talk to you, then Father, hear from me.
Okay, so that is the song Praying For You by Lecrae. I kind of let it run a little bit longer just so you guys can get some sort of context of what the song is actually about. So we have Lecrae, who basically is self-reflecting on his life, where he feels less a man because of all the distractions going on around him, and it seems as if he has fallen off the path of success and glory. And he has a friend basically telling him, I'm praying for you, I'm here for you, you know, do not worry, I see so much more than what you're seeing. So I feel like in life, majority of us will go through something like this, a time where we feel like we're supposed to have a 5-year plan, which he said in the song, you know, a 5-year plan laid out, that it's not true for all of us. A 5-year plan and having this linear path of life laid out isn't realistic for most of us as we go through life, you know. And we're going to find ourselves in situations where there are going to be more ups and downs than a linear path. And that's okay. I feel like that also is what makes the human experience. And I feel like those experiences will make and or break us. And you can really relate almost any hardship situation to this song. It doesn't have to be one specific thing. And I think that is the great thing. We're supposed to be figuring out where in life we're headed, how we're going to handle that, and what it takes. And I feel like so many of us try to put up a front of what life looks like, and we want life to be a full highlight reel, when in reality the best thing we can do is self-reflect and communicate that sometimes things aren't always going to be perfect, but at the same time, if we have the support system around us, we can communicate, you know, through them that we are struggling, that we may need help. So I always like to say the power of the tongue is really strong. It can speak life or death. And I say that quite often because the older we get, the more I'm starting to realize that the meaning of this is so much more than just what we're saying. You can speak positivity and create life out of a bad situation, or you can speak negatively and create destruction. And in the song choice, Praying For You, Lecrae is using his prayer, because this is a prayer basically. He's praying, basically speaking positivity and light through his tongue, to communicate and change the optics of his situation. And I love the word optics because I do like a lot of photography and video work, but the word optics in that world, you put a lens on a camera and you can adjust the lens, the optics of what you're viewing, right? And in this song, that's what's being done. Is this friend comes by and is putting a new perspective on Lecrae's life, to where the optics change and he can self-reflect and communicate in a vulnerable state. And the vulnerability factor is, I believe, the main point of this song, where we can be broken down so much that we're vulnerable enough to communicate through somebody else, not to be embarrassed about anything we've done, right or wrong, but to show we are, you know, human, and that the response should be compassionate and understanding. And that's what's going on in this exchange. So as the song is going on, Lecrae is becoming more vulnerable about his overall viewpoints, and it's basically breaking him down as the song goes on, and you start to resonate more with him. Like I said, doesn't matter what your experience is, I feel like most people can relate and whatnot. And he's trying to keep him uplifted throughout the song as this goes on. In the song, he says, later on the song, he says, I see your tears, I see the pain inside. This is the vulnerability of everything, you know, where we may not always see it, but someone else can. We're going to wear it. So if we're not using our communication, the communication then comes from body language. You can see, it's easy to see when body language is off, and that's kind of what is going on. There's a destructive path ahead if we don't lay this out on the line, if we don't seek help, guidance, and all the above to put ourselves in a better light. And that's okay. I think what we do in life, to where we want to be in life requires true honesty and reflection. And it comes at the word of being embarrassed about it when we shouldn't be. And this is just the admittance to draw us closer in to God through prayer and everything. And my favorite thing about the song is as it goes on, towards the end, we find out the person that was actually being prayed about was himself. So that friend that was there speaking was himself, being open, vulnerable, trying to speak life, trying to communicate and show love and understanding that it is okay not to have this plan laid out, that we lust and fall, we fall into temptations easily, but that is okay, you know, because once you lay it on the line and accept that you're never going to live a perfect life, this is okay behavior. This is human behavior because we live in a world of sin. But the best thing to do is to reflect back on every experience you're going through to draw yourself closer to God. So I love that. That was probably one of my favorite things about the song was at the end, he is the one accepting of everything, but it's done to show maybe through a friend's viewpoint or their optics, like, hey, I can see something's not right, but I deeply love and care about you to get through the situation. So that is my song choice, Praying For You by Lecrae. If you can get a chance, listen to the whole song and really understand how strong your words really are, that the power of communication, the power of your optics or perspective, and also just being an understanding person goes a long way. You can save someone's life. You can save your own life by choosing to view life in terms of positivity and in a higher realm. So self-reflection and optics absolutely do matter, no matter the situation. Like I said, it does not have to be one specific, but whatever you do in life, those two things will always matter in the determination of success or failure, or life and or death, or just overall destruction, you know. So try to speak more positive over your life and try to help a friend out if you can. So hopefully you guys liked it. Check out the song if you can.